Hey, it's Todd Ault. This is Risk On, back from Indiana, where Joe, what's up, buddy?
What's going on, brother?
Joe and I, Crypto Joe, with the privilege of Joe's face being on the cover, on the front nose cone of was the fastest car till our buddy from Chip Ganassi. There you go. There's the picture. Until Chip Ganassi's Scott Dixon took the pole at 3:34, but the Bitcoin car powered by BitNile is in row 3, I believe, and in the front row. And in the second row is the Ultimate car with Ed Carpenter, and I believe 18 is Connor, which Connor led 40 laps last year from that same position. So everyone kind of in the same positions they were last year. But boy, Joe, did we have some fast cars at Indy, man. Oh, my God.
Holy goodness.
Holy God. You saw Renus put in a 334, and then you saw a 343.78 into turn 3 in the trap by Connor Daly, the fastest turn 3 ever in history. Holy smokes, just completely crazy. Apparently I got some rosy cheeks, someone's saying. Yeah, that's probably me being a little tired considering I didn't go to bed till 3:30 in the morning. Guys, it's Monday, the 23rd. We are 6 days away from the running of the 106th running of the Indy 500. This is episode 224. We do have a special guest from the Risk On Business Conference, Clayton, who was there. Clayton Jones is here today, and we'll be talking to him. He'll be showing us some stuff behind the scenes. But I do want to I'm going to get right to can we scroll forward a little bit, please? I'm going to get right to a market update and then go back to Clayton, a little out of sequence because we're not going to have a long show today. Because I got to prepare for a conference call because Nile is going to report its earnings any second now. BitNile Holdings, the public company traded on the NYSE American symbol NILE, which I'm the founder of, will be reporting its earnings shortly. And so that's exciting, right? Well, we got a lot of exciting things. And it's crazy, Joe. What about these relationships we get through Indy? I mean,
it's amazing. It is. And I haven't even, and we'll talk about it offline, obviously not on here, but I had an amazing contact this morning in directly reflecting the industry we're in. So, yeah. Everything seems to be working out.
It's very obvious that the Indy family is very, inclusive. And I got to tell you, special thanks to Doug Bowles and everybody at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Roger Penske, for an amazing team he's put together. The place is incredible. Tony George and his family, Laura, Ed Carpenter, everybody's just incredibly kind and supportive of what we're doing and care about the initiatives we have. But let's go through a quick market update because Jay Money's on the flight today, and he's on his way back. Dow up 618 points. NASDAQ up 180. S&P up 72. What I was going to say to you is that 8 weeks down on the Dow, sort of unprecedented, back towards the 1924 timeframe in terms of that 8-week down session. So I kind of expected, this to be sort of a little bit of a bounce here, a dead cat bounce. A crypto Bitcoin back to 29,244. Couldn't hold that 30,000 range yesterday. And a lot of negativity from guys at Guggenheim. What's his name? Maynard says that he could go down to 8,000. I guess you just pull that out of your ass. I don't know where he suddenly knows that it's going to go to 8,000. I really don't give that any credibility whatsoever. I work at Guggenheim and I have a degree in whatever, and I know what Bitcoin's going to go to. No, you don't. You have no clue. You have no idea where Bitcoin's going to trade. Neither do I. Never said I did. What feels rational all the time is this sort of scare everyone moment. So I had the privilege of watching a show last night about monkeypox. Never even heard of it. But apparently if you're gay or bisexual, you should be worried about monkeypox. But it is a topic of discussion because there's an outbreak of monkeypox. Joe, when's the last time you had monkeypox?
No, you know what? I can't even get into it. It's not an airborne transmission disease, according to the CDC directly. And people in the news are like, "Oh, is this the next new pandemic?" It's transmitted by either being scratched by a monkey that has it, or touching someone who has the sores of it, or being in contact with someone who has the sores of it. I mean, they're acting like we're just going to go rub all over each other. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, you know, you learn something every day. As I've said and said multiple times, I'm focused on Nile, so the market doesn't really matter to me right now. I'm focused on our internal operations, the growth of our own business. So I don't have a lot of commentary on stocks and how they're trading. I'm long, and I want to be clear. I love to share with the public. You know, we like to be transparent about what we own. And I'm long AG. I'm long Alzamend, ALZN. I'm long Boeing, BCTX. I'm long a little MDRR. I'm long Mullen. For full disclosure, I bought Mullen prior to the IPO, prior to going public. I made its initial reverse merger. So that's not a recommendation for you to buy or sell Mullen. Please consult your financial advisor. I'm long Riot. I'm long Twitter. I'm long Verb. I'm long a little Wave MD and Wave D, and not really much going on here. Joe, what's going on in the Bitcoin world if you have anything to talk about? I know you continue to crank through installing miners.
Yeah, I mean, that from our perspective, at least here, we're installing miners. I'm actually on the road again, traveling. We're going look at a couple more power sites this week. Looks like by the end of the month, we're going to be rolling up a good amount of miners. So, you know, I mean, we're just really, from us, we're on track, and you know, we've looked at the numbers, we've looked at the difficulty, and we think we're in a pretty good spot. Obviously, we'd all like Bitcoin to be up, so that makes us better, but you know, we're still on a safe, you know, our operating expenses there and what we're doing there, we're in a pretty good place, even with it as low as it is. I'd like to, you know, unlike some of the other organizations that have a lot of bloat, you know, who shall remain nameless, some of them actually are probably a little bit, according to their actual 10Ks, are a little bit underwater right now with Bitcoin under 30 and what they say that it costs to make a Bitcoin for them.
Really? Because our cost is way lower. How is that possible?
Yeah, I mean, they've got large organizations. They've got really gigantic power commitments. They had a lot of upfront. I mean, we've seen it too as we start to look at these bigger power contracts. Mm-hmm. You know, if you don't negotiate them down right, or, you know, you're getting it for a steal, you end up in these commitments that have a lot of fat in them. I mean, just a ton. So,
right,
you know, that's how they get to those numbers of it costs us $32K to make a Bitcoin or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I look at people make comments about total liabilities on our comment section on YouTube today, and I realize that people don't read what we're doing here. No, that's not our total liabilities. That is the liabilities, including subsidiaries, that have non-recourse debt. Our debt at the parent company is largely paid off. We have virtually no debt at the parent company, but we did buy some hotels, and when you own real estate, you usually have debt associated with them that is non-recourse to the parent. So I could try to explain it, but I've sort of told you guys before, I'm sort of done doing that. Clayton, I'm going to change subjects a little bit. You got to attend the Risk on Business conference, Clayton, and I wonder what your thoughts were from it. I saw you taking a lot of pictures. You were out there with the movie stars, all those famous people that I am not. What did you think of the conference?
So, really, it's pretty layered. I think that there were a few takeaways from that, like in terms of, especially it seems like the buzzword overall was relationships. Mm-hmm. And it's actually something that's been sort of a theme for me individually when it comes to getting my own work out, you know, to the public and being able to work with, you know, bigger and bigger people and be able to just fully utilize my skill set. And it's just become more evident. It's become, you know, just clear cut in that sense, because it's very difficult to get anywhere. You could even say in life, if you don't really know anybody to assist you in getting to that point.
Sure.
So I think that I'm glad that those things were brought up. And in addition, you know, just of course, as it refers to, because of course it's based around about around Bitcoin. But in the sense of the way that the way that dealings when it comes to currency are changing because of that, it was pretty insightful. And of course, when you think about just effectively, almost like what you were saying earlier about mining, just effectively mining like the new gold in a sense, it's very different from maybe what people would have anticipated in the past. But there's a lot of parallel to that. But just, like I said, more insight into that, it was interesting to hear. And it's something I'm keen on learning more about. So that.
Did he freeze?
Looks like it.
Clayton, we'll come back to you in a second. Joe, I wondered when you were when you were at the conference yourself and you listened to Natalie and Perry-Ann, what your thoughts were about why it's sort of reconnected to the NASDAQ 100 Bitcoin. Why does it seem like a risk-off asset right now?
I agree, and I disagree with a lot of what they said. But I mean, Greg was the same way. We've gotten tied. They all basically said we're tied to it because we wanted adoption, we got some adoption, and oh, by the way, look at the algorithms that these big boys use, and it's getting pressed down because of that. At some point, it's got to decouple. There were other things said on it, such as people are hedging against their losses in the markets, and so that's where it's going. They're selling off in Bitcoin to make margin. I don't know if I believe any of that's true. I think we got tied to the market because institutions are now coming into this asset, and institutions haven't yet realized, or they won't realize. What Greg Foss said is that Bitcoin is a hedge against the dollar, or an insurance against the dollar. It is a way to insure yourself there. And right now, because we're tied directly to the market, it isn't doing what it should do. I believe it'll decouple. I think it'll decouple probably in the next cycle. But then again, you go look on a lot of the guys who've been in Bitcoin for a long time, and a lot of guys who are in finance will say, well, this is just the normal cycle of Bitcoin. It's not really tied to the market.
Brett, speaking of Bitcoin and the Bitcoin racing team, which we sponsor and we are very much promoting, I can tell you that when we rolled out this car in the first half hour, there were over 100 signups for Indy. And we're talking about the running of the 106th Indianapolis Grand Prix. It's 200 laps. It's a big deal. But what was a bigger deal was Joe on NBC. Let's roll the clip, if we can, from Crypto Joe doing the pull for the second position, where our man, Renus VK, running the Bitcoin racing car powered by BitNile. Do we got that? Do we have that queued up? There we go. No, not that one. Not that one. The one where Joe's on NBC. Oh, Brett. Joe, did you not send it to him?
If you're talking about the Renus one, I can't send it to him. I said that earlier.
You were not able to send it to him.
Nope, it's way too large.
All right, let's run the Bitcoin car that we were just running. Then I'm okay with that. So Joe, you were able to pick the second spot. Can you hold up the coin for us, please?
Yeah.
We'll play that video another time. Turn it over. Can you tell everybody about what you did up there and what happened on NBC?
Yeah, so that was kind of a fun story. So I didn't even actually know I was picking the spot for Renus in qualifying, and you guys kept that pretty tight-lipped. But so we're going up there, and I was told there's a lot of pressure because position is important and going early is better because of conditions, track heat, and all that stuff. And so I was trying to strategize with Renus, and we were talking back and forth, and he said, just go pick the coin closest to you. So, okay. Then we get into that little area where we're like 3 from picking, and I said, okay, let's really strategize. He goes, He goes, "Are you sure you don't want to pick it?" And he goes, "No, no, no." And I said, "Okay." He goes, "But my favorite number is 2. And I have another favorite number." So I combined both methods, and I walked up, and there was a coin alone, and it was the first coin in front of me, and I picked it up, and it was number 2. So we got all 3.
Yeah, so BitNile has 3 entries here. We have the Alzheimer car, number 33, rode by Ed Carpenter. We have the 20 car with Connor Daly, piloted by Connor Daly, and it has Earnity and Turn on Green on it. The 21 car by Renus VK, really one of the top rising stars, 21 years old, the top rising star with Crypto Joe on the nose coin. The 21 car also has Earnity on it too. And of course the 33, Alzheimer, making Alzheimer's just a memory. It's really feels great to know how many people, I cannot tell you when NBC broadcasts how many people are communicating with us and how many people are excited and learning about what we're doing in phase 2 with Alzheimer Neuro, what the team there is doing, and learning about what we're doing. And I think one thing that people love is that we're mining Bitcoin in Michigan. And I remind people that we own 19.9% of Earnity. So when Earnity grows in value by the number of people that sign up and open accounts, that makes Earnity hopefully more valuable in the future and hopefully makes their IPO more valuable. And I would point out to everybody that these crypto exchanges are not going to always be out of favor. And obviously we're investing in getting signups there, et cetera. I do notice people are responding to our 10Q today. Yeah, we had 39 million at the end of the quarter, continuing to strengthen the balance sheet. Now, I will talk. We're going to be on a conference call later today at 3:30, and it's important to understand that we were worried about the market, and we chose the path of just raising capital just to make sure we didn't have any of those problems that other companies are having. And so, boy, whew, do I feel comfortable now that the rates have doubled and the market is crazy, and yet we have cash. Speaking of cash money, Randy Kepper, what's up, buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
What'd you think? What'd you
Joe.
think? What'd you think of the races?
Oh my God, the qualifying, insane. I mean, I've never been before, and that was just it exceeded expectations. Let's face it, right? I mean, it was just unbelievable.
Yeah, but even Connor starting at 18th, I'm happy for Connor. I know he was not happy with it because he wasn't in the Fast 6 or the Fast 12.
Yeah, he wasn't happy.
But these are fractions of a second, and I point out that the difference between first in the Fast 12 and last, number 12, was 0.28 of a second.
Yeah.
The difference between you being first and last on that Fast 12 was 0.28 of a second.
Right.
And I do notice a couple things, too. Little Ed Carpenter's team had 2 cars in the Fast 6. Chip Ganassi had 4 cars in the Fast 6.
Right.
And there was no Penske, no Andretti's, no McLarens, no Dry Rambolts, nobody, no Elio Castroneves, nobody was up there.
Right.
What do you think of that?
Oh, it's amazing. It's incredible. I mean, we knew this coming in. We thought this team would be strong. You just don't know really till you get there. And obviously with the weather conditions, as you guys saw on Friday, Fast Friday, I was looking forward to that, and it was so windy. It kind of washed that day out, but not everybody wanted to go out because it was too dangerous. And there's some guys that went out and ran a 231 mile-an-hour lap here and there, but most of the cars stayed in the garage because it was just too dangerous. So
it was very windy.
Yeah, that almost took a whole day of practice away, honestly. So that's even more amazing that you had a practice day taken away from you. You had to come out Saturday and perform like that on short notice. So incredible job by the whole Ed Carpenter racing team, honestly.
No, I got to be honest with you. They're an amazing small team that gets it done, right?
They're not really that small, though. I mean, they are small.
I know.
They are small compared to Penske or Ganassi or Andretti.
Right. Hey, R-Dog, I just sent 2 pictures to Brett. Maybe he can put both of them up for you and Todd because you didn't get to be there this morning.
I know.
Thanks a lot for excluding me.
Yeah, don't rub it in, Joe.
Thanks a lot.
Wait till you see the pictures.
Yeah, no, I'm happy for you, man. I'm never gonna be nothing but happy for you. You deserve it, so that's awesome.
No, I know, but there's one picture specifically.
Okay, we'll see if Brett can bring it up, but yeah, what an amazing
maybe
weekend.
Brett can pull it up for us.
And you guys were all on TV. I mean, Joe was on TV. You were on TV.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I look like a big blueberry. That big blue shirt. I look like a puffy blueberry. My wife says a snozberry. From whatever it's from. Anyways, that was fun. Hey guys, we're gonna have a conference call later today. Randy, anything you want to talk about before this weekend?
Oh God, I don't know what my head's spinning. Honestly, we got a huge weekend ahead. We got a party at the shop on Friday night. We got the Todd Ault 500 Saturday night.
Yeah.
It's going to be just incredible.
Got about
man,
150 vendors and guests, maybe like 180 guests.
Yeah.
And financiers and companies that have supported us along the way.
Yeah.
They're going to be there. One thing I noticed that was crazy was the number of people that came up to me and they were BitNile shareholders. One guy said he came and loaded up at 27 cents. I was like, God, I forgot it was there for a minute. That's true. It went down like pretty
Was that
low.
the guy wearing the gray hat? Was he wearing the gray hat?
There's,
Yeah, I met
there's
him.
a lot of people in the stands that knew who we were, too,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I'd never met.
Yeah, I didn't
never
meet him
met.
either. He came up to me because he saw my BitNile shirt and started talking to me. Oh, I was talking to Todd. I go, really? I go,
They were all
wow.
very nice. Yeah, it was great. Hey, if you're going to be at the Indy 500 this weekend, look us up. Email Randy at Alt Alliance. Randy at Alt Alliance. Let us know if we can help you get tickets. Obviously, two weeks ago, we gave tickets away to caregivers for Alzheimer's for the local community. Recently, I had a podcast with Haley Ann Lennon. Haley Lennon, you got to check that out. She's an attorney for crypto and a Forbes a blockchain contributor. So that was great. That's been live and running outside, running for a while. Do we have Clayton back?
Finally.
All right, Clayton.
Oh.
Clayton, I want to cover a couple of your pictures. Let's look at a couple of your pictures. Can we throw up a couple pictures
Lord.
and have Clayton describe these for us real quick?
I don't know if I can actually see anything here. What am I looking at currently?
It's funny when you look at the look, when 1 second, Clayton. When you look at the ATM, I see people commenting on that. If you add up the 360 million plus or whatever the dollars were for the ATM, I think our average cost is $2. People are like sending me messages about the ATM. I just the math is the math, folks. You guys can add it up however way you want to, but the math is the math. We raised, I think, close to $400 million at above $2, but I'll get the exact number for everybody when we do the call. Clayton, let's see that picture again. We put that back up?
That's me.
No, I know. I see you, Clayton. So who's that? Oh, that's, wait, is that? That's me, Doug Gins. I don't recognize it, and that's Steve Smith. All right, let's go to the next picture. Oh, yeah, me and Damon John. That was fun, by the way. He's a really nice guy. And has a farm to boot. What do you think of that, Randy? He had a farm?
Yeah, I didn't know. I was running around helping out, so I missed him.
Clayton, what did you think of Damon John?
So, it's a good question. I think he resonated with me the most, maybe, just in terms of I don't know if you want to call it character, but I mean it just seems like there's a similar outlook on things, just in terms of living, and obviously when it comes to the business building aspect, I can see some parallels there as well.
Right.
So, and he also, of course, just like everybody else, really he emphasized relationships, and of course he would be somebody I'd be willing to work with and want to work with in the future, really, but just that I think it spoke to me on another level. And I guess in terms of other speakers, I want to say like Natalie, like she had some things to say, of course, just about just the state of, not necessarily specifically related to Bitcoin, although it's an integral part of it, but in terms of how the world works on a larger scale, which I think some people fail to think about. Like, of course, people look at things and it's in a certain microcosm as it relates to whether it's within the realm of money and capitalism, or this, but there was more on a broader scale, which I did think was say refreshing and necessary, even because that's something that people need to be aware of. I mean, it's a big world, and also Greg. Greg is a really he's really insightful. Obviously, being having written a lot of books.
Yeah, a lot, Clayton. I got a lot of people that were pretty thrilled about Greg. In fact, he probably got amongst the highest praise was Greg Reed. He was really popular. Joe, do you have a guy you like the most? Guy or girl?
I gotta tell you, I enjoyed Foss the most. by far.
Oh, well, of course,
Well, actually, that's not true. I mean, Natalie was, you know, I tell everybody, I've actually met a lot of people that ask me to explain Bitcoin, and look, I've been in for years, and I've been sending, after I heard her, I've been sending them to her YouTube channel, because the way she explains it is just, I mean, I got to tell you, it is, it's refreshing to see that she can explain it to where, like, if I didn't know how to cook, she would tell me how to take the egg out of the egg carton before I cracked the egg, and how I would dude, she's very good. Yeah. And she comes across great.
Hey, Joe, can you show everyone your hat real quick? Just lean forward a little bit. So this, you guys, this a little lower. That's the Bitcoin racing team powered by BitNile. Guys, this is something we're really committed to as we roll out products for BitNile. We are working on products for BitNile that we're pretty excited about. We love the sponsorship of the millions of fans that are the Indy 500, the Hallman family, the George family, and now the Roger Penske family. This is an organization that is incredibly professional and treats everyone well and all-inclusive. Randy, I noticed that people all over Indy know who you are. What does that feel like to you?
Well, you know what really blew me away was there was a guy on the Bitcoin team with the orange car with Renus, and he came up to me and said, "Hey, are you Randy?" And I said, "Yeah." And I thought I'd met him at Barber maybe when I was presented the fire suit.
Yeah.
I said, "Were you at Barber?" He says, "No." And I go, "Well, how did you know me?" And he said, "Well, I heard about it." And he said he heard about it from the other team members. He mentioned his name was Ronnie.
Right.
So I want to learn all their names because these guys are all great people. So I want to try to learn all their names. It's funny that they know me. I don't know all their names, but they know who I am.
Last night, guess who we met? Johnny Rutherford.
Lone Star JR.
Yeah, Lone Star JR.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, I appreciate Clayton coming on. I know this is a shortened show today. We don't have Skylar's joke today. Oh, but Christy's going to tell us a joke. Christy, we look forward to it. What's the joke?
All right. I have a joke today, everybody.
No.
Let's go.
Here we go. Here's the joke. What do strippers and the best F1 drivers have in common?
What do strippers and the best F1 drivers have in common?
They both start their events in the pole position.
Clayton, hey, Clayton, because we lost you a little bit, we didn't get to spend much time with you, but can you tell everybody real quickly what you do?
So I am principally a photographer. I've actually published a book myself, self-published, but I do lifestyle work. So a lot of behind the scenes and just kind of day-to-day stuff. You know, that's what I prefer to do because it's just more organic. Yeah, that's as far as that goes. That's the long and short of it, really. But definitely just day-to-day things, documenting behind the scenes.
Hey, Clayton,
I've done it.
Clayton, could we have you back again and go over some of these pictures another time?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
I'd love to do that.
that'd be great.
I think we have a show on Wednesday. I'll let you guys know I'm traveling back to Indiana. It's going to be a busy week. Hey, special thanks to the family members, everybody at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Joe, any parting thoughts before we go?
No, other than, you know, I just want our dog and you to see the photos after the show's over, just so make sure Brett shows them to you because they're great.
Oh, let's see them real quick. Okay.
Yeah, let's see that.
That's the Borg Warner.
So I can bum out, Joe.
Okay. All right. There's all three cars. You see Renus over there outside on row 1, I mean. You got Scott
Like literally, me and Jay Money, we were offered to go stand right at the Borg Warner and take a picture with it, and we decided we have to earn it.
Nice.
So when the team wins, we'll go to it.
Nice.
Exactly. Everybody, I'm going to see you today at 3:30 for the BitNile conference call. There should be a press release with the link on there. And if not, I'll have it on my Twitter. It'll be out there in about an hour. Please join us for the conference call. Make sure you text us any questions you have. We will be answering questions for BitNile. Special thanks to Clayton Jones. I like this guy, by the way. He takes great pictures. He was very kind, and he was all over the conference, and I'm sure we'll end up hiring him to be taking pictures for us at other events here in Vegas because he's a pro. I saw his work. He's a pro. It was fun, and everyone liked him. Randy, what a great weekend that was, for sure. My commentary before I wrap it up here, market sucks, market sucks. Now,
If people want to know how to find me.
yeah. Oh, well, we'll definitely, well, you want to tell people how to find you?
Instagram is easy, at Clayton Jones Images. I have a website, it's claytonjonesimages.com. But ultimately, however you prefer to reach me, you can find all of my information.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to put it up there. I'll put it up on social media too, Clayton. You guys check me out on social media. You guys know where I'm at. Todd Ault at Todd Ault at Instagram, Todd Ault 3, and at Twitter. We're verified. Make sure you check out the blue check mark, guys. It's was an incredible weekend, right? And it should be a bigger weekend. I'm very happy the first quarter results are out. You have no idea how happy I am that we filed our 10Q, and we can move on to greener pastures as BitNile moves forward with its plans to deploy its miners. We got a lot of great information that's going to be in that 8K that's coming out with the deck. We'll see you at 3:30, everybody. Hey, everybody, risk on. Thanks, Clayton Jones. Thanks, Joe Crypto Joe, for being on the cover of the car, going out there and pick number 2. Special thanks to Connor, Renus, Ed Carpenter, the whole team, Tim, Tony George, Laura George, all of the people at the Indianapolis Motor Speed. If I didn't mention you, Doug Bowles, Beth Bowles. Thanks for Beth being on the call last week. She was on the show.
Hey, and Todd, in case nobody says it, thanks to you.
Yeah, buddy. I love the relationships we're developing. I love what we're doing here at BitNile Holdings. We'll see all of you at the Indianapolis 500 this weekend. If you're going to be there, email Randy at Alt Alliance. We'll have a special treat for you if you want to join us in hospitality. Email Randy at Alt Alliance. Everybody, take care. We'll see you later.